Hi crafters, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I have a super quick little video to share with you today. It's all about my Tailored Expressions simple strips and how I store them. So to show you right off the bat, this is the little storage box. I get asked about this a lot, so I actually had to replenish my stock, so I thought, I'll just film it while I'm doing it, and then I can explain this awesome product and how they work, and yeah, just in case any of you guys aren't familiar with it. So how it works, you get this one huge rubber stamp. She has all different kinds of variety of these. She has birthday ones, sympathy ones, all different themes, but it's one big stamp and one big die. And then that storage box that I showed you in the beginning, those are actually from Tailored Expressions as well. So she had those custom made to hold her sentiment strips perfectly. And if you've watched my other videos, then you've probably seen me use them a lot. Here I have a new embossing tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs. This I haven't had very long, but it's much neater than the other embossing tools that I've had in terms of it doesn't drop a bunch of excess powder, it doesn't make a huge mess. So I'm really excited about this. Again, this is the new embossing tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs. So I will link all of the products that I used in the video description box below. But again, this is just a really quick video to show you I needed more of my white heat embossed on black cardstock, especially in my birthday sentiments, because I go through those a lot. They are my favorite. You can certainly stamp these on colored cardstock or white cardstock with colored ink. I do that as well, but I do find myself gravitating the most towards that contrasting black and white look. I feel like they give you a nice pop on your card, and I tend to use them more than the other ones. So I needed to replenish here, and I have some basil cardstock, and I have some white alabaster embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, and I did use Versamark ink, so that's the sticky embossing ink that I used, and I just stamped that down in my MISTI on this cardstock after I used my embossing tool. And now I'm just dropping this white embossing powder all over. You can see where it really sticks on the edge of the paper. That's where my fingers were. So you can see how well that tool works. My stamp was a little bit, I don't think I had my stamp wiped off completely. So there were a couple little areas that I had to just touch up with a dry brush, but it was no biggie. And then I got my heat tool nice and piping hot, and then just cooked that embossing powder. So you get all these sentiments just in one go, which is super convenient. And then if you see those little squares on the edges, you'll see in a moment why those are there. But it's just such an innovative product, and I love not having to stop in the middle of my card making process to, go through and do this. So that's why I'm a batching lady. I gotta have this stuff ready, because I can't be bothered to stop my flow to emboss a sentiment real quick. So I absolutely adore these simple strips. I have I think 5 or 6 different ones. Christmas and Snarky are my 2 most recent, but this birthday one I use all the time. There's even a crafty one. So I'll link the simple strips in the video description box, but it's all Tailored Expressions, and you can see how perfectly this die just lines up, cuts out all these with the awesome fishtail banners. And if you saw earlier, I was showing you I do have the circle one as well, and they both line up perfectly. So all of these simple strip stamps work with these coordinating dies. So I tend to kind of pull it out the way that you just saw, just because I loaded up these little storage boxes in the same order as the stamp, because I found it made it easier to kind of just chuck them in there like I'm doing here. So when I kind of hold them down right when I pull the die off, then it kind of keeps them in that order, and I can just go through and load this up really quickly. So that's what I did at this point. I did it a few times just to kind of replenish my stock. on this particular stamp with the black and white sentiment strips, and then they'll be ready to go for future cards. So I hope you enjoyed this super quick little tutorial. Just wanted to show you how these awesome products worked. So if you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I look forward to hearing from you next time. Thanks. Bye.